Okay, so this is a video following up the last one I did on this car. This is a 2013 Mercedes-Benz C250. Last time around I replaced the oil filter housing back there, and in that process I was checking out the PCV valve that goes down here underneath the manifold. And I was testing it. I wasn't quite sure if it was supposed to pass air when it was not in use, when the car was not on. It wasn't, and I've since determined that no, it's not how it's supposed to work. So it was definitely blocked. So I ordered a new one. Here's the part. Ordered this off of eBay for I don't know, 40 bucks maybe or something. I mean, the new assembly altogether, if you got this, I think from there's a couple places online. I think it was like 100 and I don't know, 40 bucks or something to get the proper replacement. So anyway, I got this one. It is new. It is a genuine Mercedes part, it looks like. And the one thing about it, here we go. Yep, there's the Mercedes part number. And this is a little different though than what is on this car. This is just a single tube. So there's the valve itself right there. That goes down into the crankcase. And then this goes right down in there. You can see it right there. So this is a European version. And this European version just has this single tube. The one on here has another connection right here. It has a couple other tubes that end up, one of them runs like up into here, I think, and back into this system. So it's slightly different for the US version. I don't know how important it is to have all this linkage over here, to be honest with you. The European version runs with this just fine. So what I'm intending to do is I gotta take all this stuff off, take the manifold back off, which is a pain, and then get the old valve out. And I'm either gonna replace it just with this, or I'm gonna see if I can pop this off. I don't know, that's on there pretty good. Maybe with a little heat, I might be able to soften that up and pull it off and swap them out. Or I could potentially cut this and splice in the other tubes down there. So we're gonna see when we get into it here what the easiest path is. But I tested this, and yeah, just a simple blow test. If you blow into this end, air does come out over here. On the one that's currently in the car, if you do the same thing, nothing happens. So this valve gets stuck inside here somehow. There's a whole, there's a link on it on my previous video, Russian guy or something that goes into extreme detail on how this thing works, and it's actually pretty interesting. So anyway, I'm gonna get to it, try to get this thing off and put back together, and hopefully extend the life of this engine a little bit. Okay, we'll do a quick update here. I got everything except the manifold taken off so far. I got the bolts out of that. So all the air intake stuff, several tubes, a lot of electrical connectors. So this is all the easy part. This wasn't too hard. It's maybe 20, 30 minutes getting all this stuff off. I got all the bolts out of the manifold. There's, let's see, I think there's 5 on top. 1, 2, 3. There's one right behind here, 4, and then one right back there, and then 4 on the bottom. You got to go inside these holes here basically to get to. So I got all those out. It's loose now. Now it's a huge pain in the ass getting that thing out though, because you got to get it jostled around and angled just perfectly to get it around all this stuff, all these things down here. So that's next, and once I get that off, I can finally get to that PCV, and we'll swap that out, and that's actually pretty easy. So here we go. All right, I got the intake manifold off. It was a pain, but having done it once before, it was easier this time. If you've never done it, you kind of don't know what the hell you're doing. So Having done it once definitely helped. All right, this is what it looks like. We got a little, a little oily down there on those ports. And then what I need to get to, there's that valve right there. There's another, let's see, that screw right behind it, whatever that other thing is attached to the engine block. That's got to come off in order to get to that bolt right there. So that's coming off next, and then we'll assess how I'm going to put this new part in. All right, I got this valve assembly out. Let's see, there's the new part. So here's the old part. The valve itself comes up, it splits into this whole contraption here. Now, the thing about this is this looks like there's a lot going on here. You got this little valve, and then it splits 3 ways. But 2 of these do nothing. This actually, this tube goes here, goes to nowhere. That's just capped off. And then this one here comes up, and that ends up going across the engine over to this spot, which also goes to nowhere. It just screws into there. There's nothing that it's connected to. So that leaves this port here, and that comes up, and I think it's this one right here. So that just goes back into this intake, pathway. I don't know how important it is to have that on there, to be honest with you. So here's the new part without all that. You can see it just straight through, none of that junk. So, to swap this valve out, this clamp is a permanent clamp, so I'd have to cut that off. So, I don't know. Still deciding if I'm gonna just put this one back on as is and forget about all this stuff, or if I'm gonna cut this and try to pull that out, because probably once I do that, then that's probably ruined. So, we'll see. All right, well, I was able to get this valve off without destroying the old assembly here. So this clamp, actually you can get these off without cutting them. So there's this little tiny notch right there that gets bent over. It goes in that slot right there when it's closed. And if you kind of bend that back so it's straight up, this thing will come loose. And so I was able to do that. So I might even be able to reuse that clamp if I can get that locked down and then bend that little tab over to lock it in place. We'll see. So now I got to see if I can get this off without destroying that. Stand by. Okay, so I got it off. The hope was to get this valve off of this tube without destroying the tube. So just in case I wanted to use it later, I still had it. But that proved to be hard to do, at least with the tools I've got. What you really need is something, so this was in there. You need something really thin and sturdy that can slip in between this little flange and the rubber part here, that you can pry that rubber away. Because I tried heating it up and pulling it out, but I could spin it, it just wouldn't budge at all. So yeah, so I had to sacrifice this basically. So this is no good. I mean, theoretically, I guess I could still use it. I could cut it off and then put a little splice on here somewhere if I had to down the road. So anyway, we'll set that aside. Hold on to that for later. So now I'm just going to use the original assembly. I'll put the new valve back in, and it does have to be lined up correctly. But as you can see, with all this other stuff, it's pretty easy to line it up. Basically these, let's see, I don't know, one of these ridges lines up with this rib on the top. So anyway, I'm gonna get that back together, put it back in, and start putting this thing back together. Okay, so I thought I'd do a quick demo here to show you the difference between the old bad valve and the new one. So we got the old one hooked up right here. It's doing the balloon test. We got a little air source. We're gonna blow a little air into that thing. As you can see, nothing. A little more. Nope. So let me swap these out, stand by. Okay. All right, I haven't tried this yet, but we should see that balloon blow up. There we go. So that's the difference. So that old valve completely stuck, closed. What your valve should look like. All right, so I got this back together. I ended up scrapping the original clamp. There's just really no good way to squeeze that back down on there and get it in place. So I just went with one of these easy squeeze clamps from this kit, this Amazon kit here. Way easier. So should do fine. All right, now we'll put it back together. All right, so I got the manifold back in position. I don't have any bolts in yet, but we're almost there. It actually turned out to be, but getting this thing in wasn't as bad as I thought it would be this time. So you got to kind of angle it back in and then just lay it down. The hardest part, you've got all this wiring harness and all this stuff. You know, these tubes have to come through. There's a tube on the bottom that has to connect. So it's a little bit of a pain, but compared to last time I took this apart and put it back together, this was way smoother. So I'm gonna get these bolts in and then get everything else back on and get this thing fired up. Well, I did make one rookie mistake. I forgot. That bolt right there for the manifold, you really need to put that in before you put this manifold back in, because once it's in place, you can't get it in unless you take off the oil filter cap there, which actually isn't a bad solution to begin with. You might just plan on doing that anyway, but you just have to take that oil filter cap off. Then you can lift this thing up enough and get it angled right to get that bolt down in there. Just when you're taking that thing off, do it slowly, or else some of that oil might gush out and run down your filter housing there. All right, everything is back together. And this is your own time to pick it up for a spin. All good. I didn't really notice any difference, to be honest with you. Let's check. Let's get this thing off. Now before, one of the things with that broken valve, or that blocked valve, is that the idea is that it's building up too much pressure. You've got positive pressure just coming out here. So, alright, so I think that seems to be working right. Because before, I put that on there and it would blow upwards. And it was pushing it. So, I don't know, that's still is kind of doing that. I think it's a little bit. Put it right there at the top that sucks it in, but if I kind of get to the edge, it blows it up. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty much something good. So, alright, I think we're good to go. So anyway, there you have it. It's really good shape. Wasn't too bad actually. Back on there? Okay. And yeah, it wasn't too bad. Not too bad to help that out. Probably a few hours. Probably could do it in 2.5 of that. So there you have it.